I am sitting here with my good buddy, Hobby Chapin. We're in Denver. We're having lunch with Hobby, and we're going to introduce these guys to you in a little bit. Here's Joe and Mike. We'll tell you who they are. But I want to start with Hobby, and we're going to talk a little bit about the 10:2b prayer, Luke 10, verse 2, part B. So that's something that I've been praying for a good while for Denver and for Colorado. And it's about a year ago that I think you called me, and we're going to have lunch. Is that right?
A year and 3 or 4 months.
Okay. So talk a little bit about, when we first met and what you thought and what our relationship's been like.
Yeah, well, when we first connected, I felt like we kind of hit it off pretty well. As we continued talking, there was a lot of depth for me, but at the same time, there were some really challenging things. I've looked back a few times and I've wondered, what it was that made me stick sometimes. But we've had a relationship that has continued to form more and more, where you are available, that I was able to continue asking questions. And then I just found that the stuff that you told me to do, and whenever I would implement them, I found real fruit there. And I really met the Lord and was persuaded by Him in the process of our conversation. We were able to do CO2 on a daily basis for a while, then we did the MRT on a weekly basis, and so we've had pretty close walking together throughout this time.
And so to me, it was so clear that, in my mind, that you were an apostle. And we think an apostle is somebody who has something in their heart to plant multiple churches, and that you were were already thinking that way, and that was part of your reality. And it's been a great relationship. I've enjoyed this year so much, and to me it's like that John 17 thing where Jesus says, to the Father, these are men that you've given me, and I just felt like God's kind of ordained this relationship between the two of us.
So. Me too.
And then you started praying 10:2b prayer, right? And talk about that a little bit.
Well, Robbie and I have been up north together.
Now, who's Robbie?
Robbie has been a planting partner of mine for the past 4 years up in the northeast, like the Brighton Commerce City area. Yep. And so we've been praying for a movement for a long time as well. And so we've been keeping our eye out for apostles and people of peace.
Yeah. And so one of the answers to this prayer is this couple sitting next to us, but they don't live in Brighton.
No, they don't.
How did you guys get connected?
Well, whenever we planted, Robbie and I planted, we went with an organization called Mission Alive out of Dallas, Texas. And then they have a lot of other planters all over the United States. And so I got connected with Mike, especially through a monthly conference call. And actually, it was a couple years ago in Golden that we were able to really connect face-to-face.
Yeah. But it seemed like it was more than just kind of somebody I'm going to do some coaching with. There was something deeper, more significant than that?
Well, he's definitely really likable, and so right away it was easy to just touch base, have a lot of camaraderie and friendship.
Yeah.
But along the way, after I started learning how to listen to the Lord and just seeing some special fruit, I was starting to recognize with Mike that we were really connecting, and some of the questions that I had, or that he had, I think I could tell he was really appreciating some of the ways that I was finding fruit in those things, and so he was pursuing that more and more. Yeah. But we ended up doing CO2 for a while, and that's where I feel like a bond was kind of sealed with us, where we really connected, we were really one.
Great.
Yeah.
And so Mike and Joe have come out here to Denver to spend a few days with you guys, and we're getting to have lunch together today, so I'm going to go interview them.
Okay.